This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this is my coming to my training experience from past almost more than 8 years or 9 years. I'm giving training on the SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP OData, Fiori elements, BTP, RAP on BTP on premises, S4HANA, in-app and side-by-side extensions, Node.js, Capm, okay, ABAP series, a lot of topics I'm giving training on various trainings I'm giving. So that is my training experience. Now coming back to the agenda. Everyone, what are the topics today which I'm going to discuss? Why SAP Cloud Application Programming? Why we require? Okay, so everyone talks about like SAP Capm, but no one knows like why we have a all previous system and why we required SAP Cloud Application Programming model. Okay, why that is required? What is BTP? Yes, everyone wants to move from on-premises system to BTP. We need to move to BTP. Everyone are talking about we need to move to BTP. We need to move to BTP. We need to move to BTP. Right? So we need to understand what is BTP. Okay. Now, next point is cloud application programming modular in BTP. Okay. So why we required a Capm in BTP? What is the usage of the Capm in BTP? That we are going to discuss. Next is introduction to Node.js. Yes, absolutely. So whatever the applications which you are going to develop, everything we are going to cap applications which you are going to develop everything in the Node.js only. Okay, so that is the reason introduction to Node.js and JavaScript. Now, in the Node.js, why it has become very popular? Okay, what is in the Node.js? We have a single thread model concept. What is it? Because everyone are talking about single thread in Node.js, which is very popular in the market. What is that? Okay, we are going to discuss that. Next, design principles of Capm. Yes, cloud application programming model has a certain design principles. What are those design principles? And that is what which we are going to discuss. Okay, then how the SAP Cloud application programming model simplifies the our development, because we have to use the CAP framework, and how it is simplifies our everything, our framework, how it is going to simplify, that we are going to discuss. Okay, then how the flavors of the SAP Cloud application programming model. Okay, so what are the flavors of the SAP Cloud application programming model that we are going to discuss? Okay, so now then we will discuss about the what are the golden paths which are there in the SAP Cloud application programming model. That also we are going to discuss. Clear? Okay, so these are the various topics which we are going to discuss, and also key qualities and benefits of the Capm. Okay, and we will develop one small cloud application programming model in BTP, and we'll develop a small application programming model in BTP. Okay, in Bash. So these are the topics which we will be covering in today's demo.
What
Clear?
one second. My name is Balabhaskar, and is it
Okay.
okay to ask a question?
Yeah. Now, yes,
Yeah.
please.
So yeah, some of my friends are there. We are all
Okay.
functional consultants. So
Okay.
will because we know the business process knowledge in SAP, we are already working in order to cash and finance, supply chain. Various friends are there. So we know
Mhm.
the functional part and business process knowledge.
Okay.
We are not that great in programming. So if
Mhm.
this session is going to be helpful for us, that is what my question is.
See, this is pure technically.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there is nothing
Mm-hmm.
related to the functional. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it
Mm-hmm.
is completely related to the development.
I see.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so that is what I want to say.
But
It's
is there
not
a
related to anything to functional.
okay? Is in BTP side one question? We're sorry to bypass and interrupt. In BTP, functionally, is there any kind of a track which we need to focus on? That is what I want to double confirm.
For see functional, for BTP is no, I would say, but in S4 HANA
Mm-hmm.
public cloud and private cloud. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so we have new things are coming in the S4 HANA public cloud and private cloud. I would say where
Mm-hmm.
new Fiori apps are coming. So
Mm-hmm.
you, as a functional consultant, you can business perspective. It's not like you can develop in something. So
Mm-hmm.
any new things are coming where you can implement in your
Mm-hmm.
organization.
Yeah, because I was
Those.
going through the solution architect kind of a certification. That was a whole
Mhm.
idea. Because if we go and discuss with the client, we need to
Mm.
understand how do we recommend. Okay, so there is a Google Cloud platform. BTP. So like various things are there, right? So I would understand as an architect how do we approach, and that is what I was interested in. But I will still listen.
Correct.
Okay? Yeah,
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. No problem.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. Okay, so let's move further. Okay, so why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? Anyone knows what is Capm and why we required Capm? Anyone please tell me why we required Capm? So before we went to getting into the what is the Capm, first we need to know why we required a Capm, right? So to understand the origin of SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, we need to understand the history of the classical SAP projects that we are there in on-premises system. SAP system, what they're giving a standard software. Yes or no? This means they offer functionalities that many companies similarly need. It means they have developed a application or software so that all the companies can use that software, where we can customize the settings of this functionality to a certain extent. Okay, and also we adopt the system and process according to our customer approach. And many companies access will go for options for anything. Yes, SAP has built a software and we are using that standard software. How it has built so that most of the company can use that software, right? And we are going, all the clients are purchasing the software and they're using the software, and also they're enhancing the software based on the requirements. Yes, or no? That is what which we are doing in the on-premises system. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right now SAP has integrated most of the functionality like SD, HR, lot of things. Okay, where we can extend an SAP system into a same system, means we can extend the SAP system. Yes or no? Right. So now to do extensions in the SAP software which they have given, that is called the our programming language called ABAP. Correct, right? So with ABAP, we are developing reports. With ABAP, we are doing enhancements, baddies, user exits, and everything. This allows developers to work efficiently, because that if you look at the ERP product, we do not worry about common aspects like authentication, setting up of database, okay, having necessary permissions, providing all the users management, logging. Nothing a developer need to worry about it, because it's a pre-packed environment we are getting it. So this is our on-premises system. Now, but as the number of enhancements and modifications increases, means, so you have a, let us assume that you have a system, SAP system, where all your uh, organization, entire business in one system, let us assume. Okay, now you're trying and you're doing the deep enhancements, deep modifications. Okay, you're doing in that system. You have lot of integrations, raw FTP, SFTP, enhancements, baddies, user exits. You put everything into that system itself, right? Now when upgrade happens, is it complex or not? If any system down, your entire business is down. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it is very too complex to handle those things. So that time customer ask for more functionality faster with a better experience. Like instead of the GUI, we want better experiences. So now the web has come into more important, and SAP released with intermediate steps. Very important word. Intermediate steps called SAP UFI framework for implementing user interfaces with SAP Fiori design guidelines using JavaScript. That is called SAP Fiori applications. Okay, so you are telling the system is entire business is in that one system, and you are doing deep enhancement, and client SAP has come up with intermediate steps like SAP Fiori, right? But that does not solve our solution, right? So now there is a slogan, if you remember, anyone, keep the core clean. SAP always recommends, says keep the core clean. SAP recommended against making deep enhancements in the core system, means you're doing too much deep enhancements in the core system. Okay, and we are doing over customizing at the base levels. Okay, now it is now because of complex customizing complex things, it will become very hard to connect to the new applications and data sources to other systems without breaking our system. And customizing also, we are doing too much level. Okay, and we are, if you look at, I think FTP, SFTP, all the scripts are running at the OS levels, kernel levels, and everything. We are making too much complex our applications. Okay, now instead of doing everything in the system, if you do all the things in outside this core, outside the system, then there is a keep the core clean will be good, right? Means let us assume that you are building an application which has 70 to 80% you are not using your standard tables. Okay, and you are creating a custom tables and you are developing an application. Instead of doing that in the SAP system, you go to the cloud and take a database and do that development there and call one API from our SAP system to the BTP, so that instead of doing all the things you are doing in the cloud. So you understood? Putting everything, all your business in one system is not a good. That is the reason SAP says keep the core clean. Is it clear? You got the point what I'm talking about? Okay, you got the point what I'm talking about? The biggest challenge is creating and maintaining that application, okay, and integrating the applications, doing your total business in one system and doing the kernel upgrades, okay, and running the scripts as the kernels. It's too complex. So instead of that, if you build your application and separate outside the SAP system, okay, then you are keeping your system very clean. This is how the cloud application programming model in BTP has come into the picture. I'm just giving you an example, why we have an on-premises system. Everyone will say why we want to the cloud. Clear? Not only that, any small company which has come, okay, they don't want their application because they don't want to purchase the entire ERP. Why? Because they have very limited business. Why they want to purchase the entire ERP, which is too expensive? So they come to the BTP. They will build the applications in the cloud and they will take one database. That is one. Number two is, instead of keeping the all, see, every company, I would say 90% everyone are doing customizing only, I would say, all the clients. So instead of doing everything, creating custom tables and doing everything in the SAP system, come to the cloud, build cloud applications. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Anyone have any questions?
Right.
Is it clear? So now understood why
We
Capm is required?
Yes.
Yes,
I have a question here.
Yeah, please tell me.
What is the version of the node and what is the version of
Node,
CDS are we going to use?
see, no, when we are developing the CAP applications BTP, automatically by default, the BAS will provide the Node.js version. Okay. So if you want to upgrade it, you can go ahead and install it. Not an issue. NPM install you will do. Okay. Now to the CDS also, the BAS, whatever the BAS is providing, you will be taking that one. Okay. Okay. Now I think we'll come to that when we develop last. Let's understand why
Sure.
CAPM is required. Okay.
Okay.
So now coming back to this, the application needs to work even if you, let us assume now we are telling that you move to the cloud, but cloud is very unstable environment. The biggest challenge is creating and maintaining that applications. And in on-premises system, we already know that logging framework, user identity, authorizations, everything is taken by the on-premises system. There's nothing you need to do. So the same stable framework the clients are expecting in the cloud also, because cloud is unstable environment. Today one technology will come, tomorrow another technology will come, and day after tomorrow whatever the work you have done in the day before yesterday or today, it will be gone because it will get deprecated. That is the reason cloud is very, very unstable environment. So we need a stable framework for business application development during the lifetime of our application. Yes or no? Like we have in on-premises system. So even in the cloud also, we want a stable environment. Okay. So the application needs to work even if you want to change the underlying infrastructure for business logic. Okay, app development is complex. Yes, absolutely, app development is complex. So moving to the cloud also opens you modern programming models. Okay, when various languages for developers to create innovative applications that are more powerful and scalable. So today, AngularJS came, React came. Okay, tomorrow Angular will go and everyone are talking about React. Now, lot of new technologies are daily coming, right? So we have to be very careful when we are building the applications. It should be a stable framework. Okay, so now to answer that question, what is stable framework? SAP created a cloud application programming model with precisely in this mind. Okay, so all the customers, okay, familiar with deploying, maintaining, developing SAP applications have turned to SAP with questions about the developing in the cloud, because all are very familiar and get habituated to the on-premises system. And when they want to move the cloud, which is unstable environment, all the clients have doubt, because whatever the stable environment which is the on-premises system, it should be there in the cloud also, right? So clouds, so that is the reason SAP wants the framework to make it easier for developers to use SAP services and systems while taking advantages in the cloud. So SAP come up with a framework so that all the developers will use this framework and build the applications which much easy by taking the advantage in the cloud. So this includes, for example, SAP S/4HANA, SAP BTP. Clear? So that is finally, okay, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is the effective way to develop applications and services in the cloud. Okay, it provides developers with the ability to rapidly develop, test, deploy applications using proven best practices. So finally, what I want to tell, right? SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is an effective way to develop applications and services in the cloud. It also ability to rapidly develop, test, and deploy applications using proven best practices. So finally, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, it is a framework which SAP is giving to us to develop the applications, deploy the applications, and using proven best practices. Is it clear? So SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is nothing but a framework of languages, libraries, tools for building enterprise-grade services and applications. It aims to guide developers on a safe path with proven best practices and a wide range of out-of-the-box solutions for recurring tasks. Any questions? Now understood why CAP is required?
Have a question.
Mhm.
Uh, so how it is helpful for just passed out for just I'm passed out from BTech. I've passed out BTech. How it is helpful for the freshers? Is it learn to easy to learn this technology, and how helpful for the future?
Okay. So coming to the freshers you're talking about, as absolutely, it is a easier to learn. There is no doubt in that. Okay. There is nothing you need to know to kickstart this Capm, because I am starting with HTML5. I'm going to move to JavaScript in depth. I'm going to the Node.js in depth. Then I will move to the Capm, because the base to develop the Capm is HTML5, JavaScript, and Node.js.
Okay.
Okay.
So
And coming to the future, yes, future is absolutely, Capm is a framework. It is not only nothing related to the ABAP. I'm making it very clear. Capm is not related to the ABAP. Okay. We are going to use Java or Node.js to develop. My training, I will cover only Node.js. Okay. Then you can, of course, you will come to know, okay, you can bring any technology. It is just a framework. And all the applications which SAP is recommending to develop using Capm, because we are bringing Node picture.
So the out of the box, the current functionalities built in SAP, the base framework which SAP is providing, right? That is built by Node.js or some other techno ABAP or either
Which,
Node.
okay, so you are talking about S4 HANA or public cloud or private cloud in that SAP Fiori applications. You are talking about that, right?
Uh, I'm talking about so far the clients are using standalone application, not cloud application
You are talking about on premises, right?
on premises
Yeah, that is ABAP only. That will be there
only.
for ABAP. Yes, ABAP.
So
I'm talking about. I'll tell you. Let me
no,
complete. Maybe I'll take your question at last,
okay,
because I have a lot
Okay.
of slides which talks about why we required more.
Okay.
Okay,
Please go
okay.
ahead.
Let me complete. Yeah, yeah. Anything. Let's move further. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then we will
Yeah.
understand so that I'll take your questions at last.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So now, yes, we discussed about the cloud application programming model. Perfect. Now, before that, where is this Capm framework is available? It is available in BTP, right? So now, what is BTP? SAP BTP is a well-known platform as a service offering by from SAP. If you are planning to build innovative solutions to leverage new technologies like blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, analytics, now we are talking about Gen AI, Joule, SAP Joule, everything is part of the BTP. SAP BTP is one of the best development platforms available in the market. What it provides us? It provides us many out-of-the-box integration options, built-in software development kits, SDKs, to integrate with SAP S/4HANA, SuccessFactors, Ariba, and other SAP and non-SAP systems. So what you can do? You can build blockchain applications, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Gen AI, IoT, analytics, okay, and SAP Joule. We are talking about now. This everything is part of BTP. SAP BTP is one of the best development platforms available. Okay, it provides many out-of-the-box integrations and built-in SAP software development kits. Okay, so this is the best platform for providing applications that connects to the systems. Although choosing the right environment depends on many factors. Yes, absolutely. Whenever we are giving a solution to the client as a solution architect, you should be very careful, right? So in the BTP, we have a cloud foundry environment where you can take that environment as a first choice, because cloud foundry is an open source PaaS, enables you to multi-programming language such as Java, Node.js, Python, Go, and offering bring your own language options means you bring any language. I'm does not bother. I will support. That is what the BTP is. BTP is nothing related to the ABAP. You bring any language, ABAP, Python, Node.js, Java, Go, any technology, it is going to support. That is the reason it is telling bring your own language. Clear? Very important point. Anyone have any questions to this point? Yeah. No question?
I have a
Yeah,
biggest doubt.
No?
So
sorry
any
for
application, sorry to, I will continue. So have, for example, if you are using any .NET technology application or something, if you are
Hmm.
planning to extend that application, you will use the same technology. How we can use leverage the other programming languages to the existing one?
No, if you are using the .NET applications, so
Yeah.
BTP is not like extending it. BTP is providing a runtime to,
Mm,
I'll tell you. Let me complete one point. I'll tell you.
mm,
SAP
mm.
BTP offers variety of runtime like Java, Node.js, ABAP, etc. Okay. For
Okay.
example, if you write the code related to the C in
Mm.
Notepad, we cannot run because we require a C compiler. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If you want to run a Java program, we have to install Java runtime called JRE. Yes or no?
Yeah.
If similarly, if you want to run a ABAP program, you require a
Mm.
ABAP layer which can understand your code, compile your code, check for syntax errors, it executes your code. So that runtime environment is part of BTP.
Okay. Just an
Okay.
interface to run the code.
Yes, it is providing you a runtime environment for you. You bring your own language, you deploy
Okay.
your application, and you can run it. That is what the BTP is giving. One of the understood? Now clear?
Yeah, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got it. BTP, I understand the BTP purpose, but the question,
Mhm.
my question is, so in SAP, you build a in SAP, for example, employee form is available. You are extending your employee form with Node.js or some other programming
No, no, no,
language.
no. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Why you will extend employees? You are talking about standard Fiori app, right?
Yeah, standard.
And the
Yeah.
standard Fiori app you that is built using SAP. There is Node.js will not come into the picture.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm talking about building custom applications.
Okay. For example, you are building a new model, a new module, or
Yes.
something like
Yes.
that.
New applications.
New application. Yep.
There is CAP is nothing related to the standards SAP Fiori apps. No.
Okay.
We are
Okay.
building new applications.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Any more
BTP, in
questions?
that case, BTP will support only for the new custom
No,
modules if
no,
build
no,
new
no, no.
custom.
See, please
Not.
understand. BTP is not only Capm is one of the part of BTP. BTP
Okay.
is a version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm giving one of the framework to build the CAP applications in BTP.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Any more questions?
One question, just to
Yeah.
add to that. So you're talking about the clean core framework. So part
Mhm.
of that, what if I want to extend the Fiori app? Say, for an example, the
If you want
question,
to extend the Fiori apps in your on-premises system, you have to do in on-premises system only.
but that's not a
Okay.
clean core framework, right? I mean, okay, forget
That's
about the
the
on-premise.
correct. Correct. What you mean by clean core means you are not using the standard applications. You want to build your applications on the top, on into the BTP. Then you can use CAP instead of touching your SAP system. That is called clean core.
So same Fiori app, if you want to extend something, you're saying that we do Capm for that?
No, no. CAPM is nothing related to the extension of the standard feed apps. Standard feed apps,
So,
all the feed apps will never follow the CAPM framework, which are
yeah,
there
but
in on-premises system. If you
sorry, it
want
may
to
not be.
extend, let's keep that. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
yeah,
When
yeah, I don't want to
I'm
drag
talking
this.
about, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
go ahead.
discuss
I
at
think
last.
go ahead. Let's discuss at the last here.
Yeah, yeah. So coming back to the now understood what is BTP. Any questions? No questions. Next. So motivation for the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. What exactly motivates for us? Okay, customers need a stable environment for business application development. Yes, we what you can say in our BTP. Okay, which is as I said that it is a cloud which is unstable environment. Okay, so which we required a stable environment. So a cloud development becomes increasingly relevant for our customers. We receive more and more questions asking about the best way to develop cloud applications. Best practices, best guidelines are very important, where we want to ensure enterprise quality innovations, and also decided to create a framework that would not only guide developers but also take away some of more technical and foundational tasks to help focus on the business logic. Means what I'm planning to tell you, right? Okay, we am telling here guys, I'm moving to the cloud, but the cloud is unstable, which I'm telling. So client is expecting that, hey, it should be a very stable environment like it is on premises system. Okay, and also it should have best practices and best practices, and also developers should focus only on the business logic instead of the another factors like logging, authentications, connecting to the databases. Those are everything we should not focus. Customers should focus only on the business logic. Means not customers, sorry, developers should focus only on the business logic. So to overcome that, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model has come as one and continues to grow and improve. With keeping this mind, okay, and also there will be a lot of investment, right, on the time and the money and everything. But if the cloud is not stable, then all the money and time which you have spent is gone. To overcome that, SAP has given us a framework where you can use this framework and we can build applications, and we can continue and grow, improve and grow. Clear? Understood? This motivates us to go to cloud and use Capm framework. Yes or no?
Yes.
Next. Okay. So what is SAP Cloud Application Programming Model and what value does it bring? Okay. Application developers across the world are increasingly seeking faster development and time frames. Yes, every client is telling, no, I want to within 1 week or within 2-3 days, I want to build applications. This is what we are expecting. So this is with the objective of getting their applications to the users much more quickly. That was previously possible. Means previously the setting up of the system, developing that what you can say applications, it will take a lot of time. But now using this, now client will like not expecting that. Client wants very fast development. Traditionally, this emphasis on rapid time to market, it would mean compromising on the quality of the web. So client is telling within 2-3 days I want, but they are not compromising on the quality. Quality should be there. Because of compressed deadlines, there are only so much developers could do ensure a relatively error-free code basis. Yes, absolutely. So there are many much developers they can do within very short time, but it is very tough to get the good quality. To solve this problem, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model has come into the picture and introduced by SAP. So the Capm is popularly called, it is a framework of languages. Okay, it is a framework of languages, libraries, and tools for building enterprise-grade service applications. Okay, however, instead of having developers worry about various technologies and relative compatibility in era of fast-paced technologies changes, as today, as I said, today one technology will come, tomorrow another technology will come, and whatever we have done yesterday got deprecated. So the CAP allows developers to be domain-centric and work at higher level of abstractions, okay, than they would with traditional technology platforms and frameworks. So CAP allows the developers to do a domain-centric and work at the higher level of abstractions. Means even though any new technology will come, if you follow the framework of the CAPM, there will be no problem. You can easily switch out using the CAP framework. Okay, so therefore, focusing on the business aspects of the application, it anticipated accomplished for the end users allows developers to build applications that are more likely to be used by the end users. Clear? So finally, Capm is a framework from SAP that lets you deliver business values faster by allowing your developers to focus on the business logic. Okay, so what it will happen? So instead of focusing on other aspects, if you follow the framework of the CAPM, you can just focus only on the business logic instead of other things. So by that, CAP saves us money and reducing effort required the program to application and recurring tasks and make it easier to connect to the SAP and potentially third-party services. So you have to connect to the third-party systems, you need to connect to the databases. It is using this framework, it's very easy, saves time, and it will take faster development also. It protects your investment also by making our underlying technologies interchangeable. Means, for example, today one technology you have came and you are using, and tomorrow another one came, the one which you are using got deprecated, and you can easily interchange it. So allowing you to keep pace with cloud technologies. So that is the reason if we are using CAP framework. Any questions? Is it clear?
Hi, this is Bala. I have a simple generic question. Like as an mobility architect, I do have some question on this CAPM. With the SAP BTP, there are multiple technologies. It is MDK, RAP, CAPM, and SAP
Mm-hmm.
Build Apps. How it is going to compete with the other data models? How it is going to
Okay.
compete with the other? And
Okay. So you are
sorry to interrupt.
talking about MDK. I think you're talking about mobile development kit. I think you're
Yeah.
talking about that only, right? So you
Yes.
build the application in the Capm. You can convert this application into MDK using SAP mobile services.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, I know
you
that. Yeah.
understood? You got it? Okay. So the framework is Capm. You're building the application in the Capm, but you're converting the application into the MDK using mobile services. Now coming to the SAP build code. Okay, SAP build code is one of the services BTP. Okay, where you can develop, you can, instead of writing the code, the AI generated Joule will generate the code, but the framework you are using is Capm.
Okay. Okay.
Understood? Okay. Yeah. Any more questions?
And do we need to know about the Fiori concepts or UEFI concepts to learn this uh, uh, CAPM? Because the
Yes,
Fiori, I
yeah,
know a
I'll tell
little
you.
bit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. See, finally we have to, whatever the framework it is, finally we need to come out with one application, right? Whether
Yes.
it is a Fiori application, whether it is a .NET application, whether it is a AngularJS application or React, right? So Capm is a framework. I will talk to maybe next few slides. I'll be talking to your point only.
Okay,
Let's keep the
that's fine.
question. I will take all the questions at last. Don't worry, I'm not going to go anywhere because from past 7 years I'm working on these technologies. So I know end-to-end implementations have worked. So I have all the answers of your question because I have given the solutions to various clients as architect. Okay. So now coming back to the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a combination. What is that Capm? SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a combination of the tools, languages, libraries that help you to build enterprise-grade services and applications. Okay, as you can see in the graphic, we support both open source and SAP tools and technologies. So this is the CAP framework. Okay, so you are going to use Node.js or a Java to write the business logic. You can expose your data to SAP Fiori applications or any AngularJS, React or anything. Okay, so you can connect to any DB, SAP HANA database I'm showing. You can connect to the REST OData services. You can you can consume the CDS views. Okay, you can also develop in Business Application Studio or in the Visual Studio also. Now next important is very, very important. This is which I think will answer most of your questions. Okay, this slide will help you. When it comes to design principles, there is open and opinionated concept. Means it is open because it gives to choice. You can choose which technology to use. You can select your architecture pattern. You can pick and choose the parts of the programming model that suits your development needs best. Okay, now I'm going to develop my core part using CDS view, where I will be doing a domain modeling. And once I do the domain modeling, I can write the logic in Node.js or Java. I can write anyone. Okay, and I can connect to any DB. Whereas it's a very important point. That is how the CAP has become more popular. Why we require Capm using SAP ABAP. The only technology you can connect to the ABAP is the S4 HANA system or in olden Oracle. Yes or no? ABAP can only the SAP system connect to the only database, that is ABAP. Whereas if you follow this CAP framework, whether through Node or Java, you can connect to any DB, whether do SAP HANA database, or you can connect to SQLite database, you can connect to the PostgreSQL database, you can connect to the MongoDB, any DB you can connect. That is the reason I'm giving data source, any DB. Okay, you can use any tools to develop your applications, SAP Business Application Studio, Eclipse, Visual Studio, etc. And you can use front end, any technology, SAP Fiori, AngularJS, React, Vue, .NET, etc. And you can deploy your application in any environments like Cloud Foundry, Kubernetes, XSA, local. Means it is open. Okay, CAP is providing you a framework. Okay, you use this framework and you can connect to any database. You can connect to the any UI. You can deploy to the any environments which I'm showing. You can use any tools to develop the applications. So it is open and you choose which technology you want to use it. And you select your architecture pattern. You can pick and choose any parts of the programming model. Means I will choose MongoDB data source. I will use front-end AngularJS, okay, or SAP Fiori. Then I will build the applications and I'll deploy into the Cloud Foundry environment. Okay, so CAP is a framework which they are providing us. Is it clear now? This have clear picture like what is CAP. So the olden days are over. Only ABAP is gone. Now people are coming out. Capm is very, very less people are there in the market. And all the innovation things, everything now the days are over. Only ABAP and developing, it's over. Now built out of the box solutions. Yes, Capm is the best one where you can build applications, custom applications. You can do side by side extensions. Lot we can do. Is it clear? All innovative applications you can build using Capm. You can integrate with third-party applications. You can build IoT applications. You can build blockchain applications. You can build Gen AI applications. Python also you can build. Everything you can do. Is it clear? Any questions?
Yeah, Bobby, I have one question. So I am new to the SAP. So in core, which you have mentioned, right? So there we can use Python. instead of Node.js, Java?
You are talking about, no, the base to write the business logic is
Okay.
Node.js or Java. This is
Okay.
the base. Okay.
Oh,
So that
okay.
you can connect to the any data sources.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Outside
Yeah.
that, we can use any language. That's what you are telling.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I can write a Python code. I can deploy it. I can consume that Python code as an API, and I can consume in this Node.js. Yes or no?
Correct. Correct. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions? No questions. Next. So zero lock-in. Yes. I'm not locking anything. For example, if an SAP on-premises system, the only technology is ABAP. Yes or no? We cannot write any other technologies in on-premises system. But here, you choose any technology of your choice. There is no lock-in. There is no mandatory path with this programming model. To build your UI, you can use SAP Fiori, you can use AngularJS, React, any other technologies as well. Okay, so keeping the face with the rapidly changing world of cloud technologies and platforms is a major challenge when having to hardware too many things to today's technology, which is soon become obsolete. As I said already said that today use technology, tomorrow it will be gone in the cloud. So CAP avoids such lock-ins through higher level concepts and APIs. See how, let us assume that I have built my application using Node. Node will generate an API. Everyone knows APIs. Okay. So now today I'm using SAP Fiori through APIs. So now client says SAP Fiori is not up to the mark. Okay. I'm not liking SAP Fiori applications because it's not up to the fast as Angular and React. I want to move to React. Now, in the old run approach, what you will do? Everything back end, everything you need to build from the scratch. But using this concept, okay, I will plug out from SAP Fiori. I will build the plugin into the React without touching my business logic, which I've written in Node. You understood? Just plug out and plug in. Clear? So, zero lock-in. CAP avoids such lock-in through higher level concepts and APIs. It applies to things like platform specific deployment approaches and techniques. Okay, so platform specific deployments you can do. You can deploy any applications. Okay, so platform specific identity providers you can do it. Okay, so there is no lock in mandatory path. We can use any technologies. Yes or no? To build your UI, you can use Fiori elements or you can use AngularJS, you can use React and everything. It is freedom to you choice. Not only that, you can choose database also. Today, you are telling that today I'm using HANA database. No, our client says it's too expensive on HANA database, you move to MongoDB. Yes, you can switch. No code, no change in the code. This is what the Capm is. Okay, so you can use synchronous protocols, REST, OData, and you can GraphQL. You can use asynchronous channels and brokers like SAP Event Mesh, MQ, Kafka, everything. You can connect to the different databases. Okay, so this abstraction allows you to quickly adopt new emerging technologies or platforms without affecting the application's code that's safeguarding your investments. Yes or no? I built the application in Node.js. Client says move out of from SAP HANA database, go to MongoDB. There's no change in the code. You just go to MongoDB and you will deploy it. That's all done. Right? Now, if you use this old approach like ABAP and everything, ABAP is only HANA database. You cannot go out from HANA database. So that is what the Capm is. Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear? Next, how the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model simplifies development. Okay, to see how the Capm simplifies the development, let's first understand the common pain points with developing an enterprise application in the cloud. Let us assume that we are building an e-commerce application to be hosted in SAP BTP. Apart from focusing on the business requirements for these applications, you will need to put effort in addressing many non-functional requirements. For example, the application should explicitly declare and isolate dependencies. For example, let's say you built the application with SQL database. Now you deploy the application in SAP BTP with HANA database. You see, you built the application in SQL-like database, but you want to deploy your application in HANA database, then there is no code change required at all. The data configuration, database configuration declarations are isolated from the main code of the applications. See, you built the application in SQL database, you deploying to connecting to HANA database, that time also there is no code change. It is how you configure database configuration declarations are isolated from the main code. Means all are isolated. Everything in the Capm, we call it as microservices. Okay, so building, testing, deploying, running the application should operate seamlessly with minimal manual effort required for these activities. Okay, the application should be properly modelized to support microservice architecture. Everything is microservice architecture, so that we can easily switch in, switch out without touching anything. The application should support a RESTful architecture. Yes, you are building using the OData framework. You are building your business logic and exposing through an API. That API you can consume in AngularJS, you can consume in React, you can consume in the other technology very easily, no? So that is the reason it is a highly, you can switch and plug in and plug out to any other technologies. The application should support multi-tenancy. Clear? Any questions, guys, until now? Okay, so they say what are the two flavors of SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? The SAP Cloud Application Programming Model framework is available in two flavors. One is Node and Java. Both flavors are synced in terms of features and characteristics. However, the internal technical implementation is different. Outcome is same, but internal technology is different. The implementation of business application is similar for both Node and Java. The major difference is writing the custom logic. The programming model provides the option to write custom logic. For Node, we'll be writing everything in JavaScript, while for Java, you will be writing using Java classes. So we have only two flavors in the Capm. One is Node or Java. That's all. Any questions?
You mean the one who knows the JavaScript, they can adapt to the Node.js.
Yes, absolutely. But that is part of my training. I am going to teach in depth JavaScript.
Okay, but completely you are going to take the things on Node.js, which is going to build the Capm applications.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next, what are the golden paths of the cloud application programming model? Following the golden paths of programming model helps you to implement data models, services, and UIs in order to develop standalone business applications. Okay, in essence, the recommended way to build applications is as follows. So these are the frameworks, golden paths. Define your data model using CDS. Then whenever you want to deploy to databases, to HANA database, it automatically get deployed. There's nothing you need to write the code. Okay, define your services, means OData services. We'll consume that OData services, and it will be taken care automatically. It will be converted into the OData services way if you follow the framework of the Capm. And you can write the custom logic with the Node.js or Java. And if you want to build the Fiori applications, you can use CDS annotations, which will build Fiori applications very fastly. Of course, their product they are given. That is the reason. Any questions? No questions. Next. So I was talking about the same thing. You can see development tools, CDS. You can build SAP Fiori applications, HANA database, platform services. I think this is a normal. This is what which we're discussing from the past slides. So key qualities and benefits. Okay. So we already emphasizes the key focus on the application development task. Golden paths we discuss, and automation of the time consuming also will be done if you use this framework. Okay, so no abstractions, minimal overhead. So while we provide easy to use interfaces to changes like things like databases, we do not introduce abstractions, means you allow us have access to all the native applications, for example, to leverage the power of SAP HANA. Okay, openness, freedom of choice, you can pick any technology and anything. Okay, so in summary, by using declarative approaches like CDS and a combination of the enterprise grade tools and services, a golden path of best practices which greatly increase developer productive and speed up the development process. By using following the golden paths, by following this framework, it will help our developers to do development very fast. Is it clear? And also the golden path which Capm is providing is not mandatory. It is recommended. If you want to use it. Without that also you can build your applications, no problem. But if you use this framework, then your development will be faster and the time will be consumed. Is it clear? Next. Okay, safeguarding your investments. So we already told, I think this is already covered slide. I just got repeated. So you already know that the cloud is nowadays with the rapidly changing world of cloud technologies, and platform is a major challenge when having hard too many things to today's technologies, which might soon become absolute. So CAP avoids such lock-ins and higher level concepts that we already discussed by everything exposing through APIs. Okay, now this is what relates to the Capm. Now, as I said, there are two flavors other in Capm. One is Node and Java. But in our training, I will be covering only Node. Okay. Now, any questions until now? Anyone have any questions? Clear. Okay. So now what is introduction to Node.js? Yes, we discussed that we are building our CAP application through Node. Okay. So Node.js is heavily used JavaScript framework for server-side programming languages, web applications, and is developed on the Chrome OS version as a JavaScript engine, and it helps compiling JavaScript directly into the native machine code. In other words, Node allows to build complex and powerful applications without having to write any complex code. So what I want to tell you, right? So we know that in SAP system, the server-side programming which we are writing is ABAP. But in coming to the Capm, we have two server-side programming. One is Java or Node. So now we are going to develop using Node.js. Okay. So Node.js is a heavily used JavaScript framework for server-side web application developments. Okay, so it is very easily to you develop applications without any complex code. Okay, clear? Understood why Node has come into picture? No questions. Now what is Node.js? So we will understand client server architecture, right? Okay, even SAP Fiori application is also client server. Client is SAP Fiori application, server is your SAP system. Okay, so we will understand the client server architecture, and multi-thread model follows in terms of architecture. Then we look at the limitations of the multi-thread architecture and how Node.js solve those limitations using single thread. Suppose you have a Uber, that you know Uber, now you will book cab. So now lakhs, now I would say crores of people at the same time they'll book a cab. Yes or no? Then how it is assigning a driver, how it is going to the database, and everything is built using Node.js only. Yes, in reality, everything is built using Node.js technology only. Whatever the Uber which is handling, this entire thing is built using Node.js technology. Okay, so now let us get into the how it has solved the issue. How Node.js solved this issue. Now you see here, these are all the users. I'm talking about why we are using Node.js in Capm and what is it capabilities. That is what which I'm discussing. Okay, so Node capabilities. So now here, all these users who are there, have opened their application in the, I would say the Uber application, whatever Uber application in the desktop or mobile and tablet. Okay, and user is booking a cab, means he's sending a request. Now I have crores of people who are sending the request. It will reach to the server, right? Then it will go to the database and it will send the response. Okay, in the architecture, user interacts with the client machine like a desktop, mobile, and everything. That is what which we discussed. So user makes a request and sends to the server, and server takes those requests and process those requests and send back the results from the response. and understands with help of Uber. That's what Uber example. There are generating cab requests, and those requests sent to the Uber server. And Uber checks in database that are available in that region and passes cab to the customers, and the server send back the card details or the driver details to the customer in the form of responses. Okay, this is the requirement. Okay, now how we can solve this requirement. So now let us assume that we are using multi-thread programming model. Okay, so now what will happen, you see, client request a event, it goes to the server, and using multi-thread model, it generates a new thread A, and it goes to the database and then get response. Mean at the same time another request. So I have 1 crore request as sent in the in the CPU or whatever may be the server level. It has to create 1 crore threads. To create 1 crore threads, it's too space required, too expensive, and it has to wait until the thread is completed and it gets the response. So multi-thread model will not work for Uber. Then what is the solution? As I said, a multi-thread program, what is the problem now? It has to wait until any request. For example, it is 1 crore I have used, but more than 1 crore request is going. Then all the after the 1 crore, whatever, let us take the 1000 requests are going in one shot. I have only 1000 threads. I can create capacity. But 10001 user has sent the request. Then until this 1000 threads has to be completed, any one of, until that the other customer has to wait, which is not a correct. Multi-thread model will not work. Yes or no? So to overcome that, we are eliminating this multi-thread and we have concept called single thread model. Means it will work in a queue and in a loop. Okay, whatever the business comes, it goes into that, it will put it into the loop, and whichever result will get the results. So Node.js is bringing that functionality. That is the reason Node has become very, very popular in the market. That is the reason all the Uber, everything is built using Node.js technology only. This is called the single thread model, and Node.js is very, very, very popular in the market. I would say, see, everyone knows that all the 70 to 80% applications, web applications are built back using JavaScript only. And with JavaScript if you want to communicate to the server and everything, we have to use Node.js. So Node is very, very, very popular in the market. Clear? Any questions? It's not only for the SAP side. If you are a Node developer, you can go outside the SAP and you can build a lot of applications. Is it clear? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? No questions. Let's go. So what is Node.js? Node.js is an open source environment for server-side programming and networking applications, and it is a single thread, which we just discussed. It is using Google JavaScript V8 engine to execute the code. It is a cross-platform and can run on OS X, Microsoft Windows, Linux, and FreeBSD. So, and also it provides a event-driven architecture and non-blocking IO that is optimized and scalable. That is called Node.js. Yeah. Any questions, guys? So we discussed. Come back to the our this one. We discussed why we required, and we discussed what is BTP, and we discussed what is Capm, and we have introduced the Node.js and JavaScript. I said we discussed about the single thread model. We discussed about design principles of Capm, and I also told that how Capm simplifies development. And we have discussed about the flavors of Capm. We discussed what are the golden parts of Capm and key benefits of Capm. Now we'll develop one small Cap application in BTP. Yes. Now anyone have any questions? Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions? Clear? Understood or not? Now clear what is Capm? So before getting into this one demo, okay, I am starting the new training batch on Capm from uh, August 11th onwards. That is not tomorrow, next Monday. new batch. Okay, so what I'm be starting, right? I'll be starting HTML5, then I'll move to JavaScript in depth, then I'll move to Node.js in depth, then I'll cover Capm, BTP, SAP Fiori using Fiori elements. So this is what I'll be high level topics I'll be covering. Okay, so every day the training we'll discuss about the what are the timings and everything later. Let us build the cap applications first. Okay. I'm just logging into the BTP. 1 second. We'll close in another 5-10 minutes. Very fast. We'll do the development. Okay. I'll not take much time. It's taking time to. Okay. I'll open folder. We'll go in my training. We'll go one by one how it came here. This is the demo. I'm just directly going to the bash and developing the applications. Okay. So to create a project, cap project, CDS init, sorry. Yeah, okay. So we have to create okay, and create it. So it has created one cap project for us. You see. So whenever we create a cap project, it will create 3 folders. One is called app, DB, and service. So app stands for the application, all the UI stuff. You'll put it under the user interface, means web application related stuff. We'll put it in the app folder. DB means database related stuff. We'll put under the DB. Service means your Node.js code, okay, exposing the OData service. Everything will put under the SRV folder. I'm going to open this project individually. Open folder. If you clear, right? Understood the cap application, right? What will happen? There will, whenever we create a cap project, it will create a 3 folders. What are the folders? App folder, DB folder, and the service folder. Yes or no? Any questions to the related to this point? So what are these 3 folders? Yeah,
Yeah,
please tell
hi.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a ABAP developer. Like we are using
Okay.
forms like script, smart forms, Adobe Forms, right? How can I
Mhm.
work here like using Capm?
Okay. So see, I want you to SAP BTP is providing you a Adobe service. Okay, so you can use the service and you can integrate that service inside the cap and you can build the forms. See, please come out from ABAP.
Okay.
This is not related to the ABAP. Cap is nothing related to the ABAP. Okay, SAP BTP is providing a services. Okay, everything is now that is full. Once go to the service marketplace. Okay, so it is a service. Adobe service is there for some form. Maybe it is license. We are not getting that one. In license version, this is a trial version which I'm showing. Okay, so which is not there the service, but generally you will have one service. You can use that service and you can build the cap applications. If you want to build Adobe forms. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Did I answer your question? Yeah. Any more questions?
Bobby, but the backend, do we need to develop the smart farmer script or how the service, how the data comes from SAP?
You will connect to, that's what, if you look at the Capm, you will have your, see there are 2 ways are there. You can connect to any database, you pick it up. MongoDB, PostgreSQL, HANA database. You can store the data into the database. Or no, you want some data from your SAP system. You create in your SAP on-premises system, you build a OData API and consume in Capm. Is it clear?
But where do we define the template? Like I have the data, okay, I can consume the data, but the template where I need to define it, is that from SAP GUI or BTP or include?
No, what is template means? What is the template? You're
Like
talking about
for examples, right? So invoice printout or packing list something, right? So for any kind of print applications, we need a format, right? The logo and how to define those data.
yeah, that is what in BTP you have a service called Adobe service. Okay, okay.
Okay.
You
Mhm.
use the service and you can build applications.
So in BTP, we had to build the.
Purchase.
Oh,
Yes, yes, yes. You have to build it.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions?
So do they charge for each service that we use,
Yes.
consume?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
That is going to be too costly, right? I mean, is it like per user based service?
Yes. Absolutely. Even in SAP also, ABAP also, paying user basis only, right? On
But
premises.
the Adobe services, those I don't think so. We pay per user, I think.
Okay, but what is the cost of entire SAP system and coming to the buying a MongoDB? What is the cost? If it is 100 in SAP on premises, not even a 1% cost in MongoDB. Yes or no? That reduces your cost or not? Completely. And you are building a out of the box solutions using CAP framework. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay. So now coming back to the, yeah, tell me.
But for example, right, if you take the packing list, each and every delivery, we have to create a packing list. So
What
if
is
you look
packing
at
list?
the like once the delivery is processed, at the time while shipping, we need to send the packing slip along with the shipment, like a kind of invoice.
No, what is related to the CAP?
For example, if you are ordering something from Amazon, right, in the package you will get a label like this is the product and this is the price and all those
No,
information.
that
So
is
I think
nothing related to the CAPM.
those cannot, we cannot develop those through Capm. I think
Hmm.
what he is trying to say is you
No, no, no,
have to
there's
do it.
nothing. No, 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 1 second. There is nothing we cannot develop CAPM. Everything you can develop CAPM.
No, but
CAPM is bringing
that's
the
the question, right?
framework.
He asked, can we do it the Adobe, the forms, can we do it in the Capm? That was the question, right?
Yes, that's a question I answered. No, we can use Adobe service and you can build the CAP applications.
In the Cap applications. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Everything is a service you need to purchase. CAPM is a framework to write the logic, business logic. If you want to use any services, anything like Adobe service, it is you have to purchase. And you can integrate into the CAPM applications. Okay. Yeah. Now coming back to the DB. Now let's go to the DB. As I said, in the DB, you will put all your domain modeling you will be done in the DB. Okay. So now I'm creating a domain model. Right click, new file. Okay. So I'm giving a data hyphen model.cds. And here I'm creating like entity. I'll see, I don't want to get into too much depth. This is a demo. I'm just sales orders. Okay. Then I'm opening the brace, then close the brace. Okay. Here I'm giving fields. Okay. Key, sales order number. I'm giving a string. Okay. Order date. Date. Customer name. String. Okay. PO number. String. Inquiry number. Okay. So these are the fields which I am going to use it. Clear? 1 second. Yeah. Any questions, guys, until now? Enquiry number string. I'll make it very fast so that I can close fast. Okay. Total order items integer. Okay. And I'm giving one namespace to it. Okay. Cap demo. Okay. I'm giving one namespace to it. Okay. And also I will give @ title. I'm giving a title sales order number. Okay. Title order date, customer name, PO number, purchase order number, enquiry number, total order items. Perfect. Clear? So now I have given a namespace for this. Now I'll go to the service folder where we will be exposing our service. Clear? Any questions? Now I will be going to the service. In the service folder, let's not go too much depth. Let us understand the outside only. Anyway, in the training, I'm going to explain everything. So in the service folder, okay, I'm going to right click on the service folder. Okay, I'm going to create cat-service.cds. Okay, then I'm going to using opening the brace. Okay, the namespace which I have given in my domain data model, I'm bringing that namespace as db from dot I'm getting that entire thing, whatever I have defined this one, the namespace, I'm getting it here. Okay, now I'm creating a OData service. How? Very simple. Service. Okay, service catalog is the name of your OData services. @path. Sorry. Catalog service. Let's not go to too much detail in the code. And entity sales order as projection on db.sales orders. Okay, so now here what I'm doing, right, I'm exposing this. Our db stands for what? This one. This is nothing but your cap 75. Where it is there, it is there. Come back. So when I say this entire thing is nothing, I've given a namespace this. So that is the reason db dot automatically this has come into the picture. Okay, now I have exposed this as a OData service into your service folder. Okay, now new terminal CDS watch to see the output in the CAP applications. So deployment memory debug field. 1 second. I understood what is the issue. Terminal do npm install installing Node modules. Okay, now you do CDS watch. See, opened. Click on open new tab. See, it has created a OData service for you. Okay, and also it has integrated a Fiori app also. You can see Fiori UI. Open the Fiori app. Without any code. Have you written any complex code here? No. Automatically it generated a API. Automatically it is integrated to the Fiori app. How fast the development is happening, you see. Okay, now click on this columns and click and go. Of course, there is no data here. How fastly you have developed the application, you see. Yes or no? Now I will do I will create one folder under the DB. New folder. I'm creating one data. This is a framework of the Capm. Okay. Now what I will do, right? The namespace which I have given here, cap demo. Okay. I have you see, this is my CSV file. I'm renaming it with my namespace. Then in the namespace hyphen sales orders, you see sales orders. It is correctly the sales orders, same name. So inside this one, I have a data. Okay, it should be same name. Okay, so come back. Sales SO number, yeah, it should be same name. If it is different name, it will not work. Then order date is there. Yeah, order date is there. Customer name, yeah, it is there. PO number, yeah, it is there. I hope it is same name. Enquiry number, yeah, it is there. And total ordered items. Now, okay, sorry, required don't save. Okay, so now what I will do, right? I will just drag this one and put it under a data folder. Okay, now you go back. See, it got inserted. Now you go back and refresh this page. Okay, again, you do CDS watch. There is an error. See, it is giving me error. 1 second. No column named customer number. Okay. Customer number is not there. Okay. Okay. Here I have given the customer name. Then it is customer name. So open. Please mute yourself. Okay. Then here I think it is a customer number only. What I will do, right, is a customer number now. I will go back and here I will change to the customer number. Okay, then so you understood the issue now. Control X, CDS watch. Again I'm writing and putting CDS watch. Okay, so I understood. Let's delete this permanently, this file now. We have to again put it. Okay, now it will running again. Perfect. Okay, go to Fiori preview. The name, see, that's the column name should be there. If not, it will not going to work. Okay, so now here let's keep this file. I have given the customer number. Okay, fine. Now I'll just drag this one and put it. Yes, again insert error. Fine. Some column name, that's all. No name, customer name.
No, you haven't saved the file.
Oh, I have not saved the file. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it is okay. Customer name. Okay, I have not saved. Okay, I will do one. No, it is.
Yeah, it should be
Okay,
customer.
I got it. Good. Yeah. Correct. That is section. Copy this. Customer number only is there. Here also customer number is there.
Does the title has to be the same customer number?
No, nothing like that. What I can put it on the issue.
I think
No,
there
no,
is a two
try.
columns, customer number and customer name.
Yeah, both should be. Here it is. You have implemented only customer number.
Where is
You
it?
have to include. Yeah, here
In
you have
the
to include customer name.
No,
Excel
here
file.
it's
Customer
not
name.
there. Oh, it is there. Okay. There is a mistake from me. Okay, got it. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, got it. Okay, so that is a mistake. Understood, right? So we should be very careful while giving this on. Okay, clear? Okay. So now let me write it customer name also. Okay. Write it here. And put the same name, better. Okay. Customer name, column.
Here it is a case sensitive or anything. It is going to be take like if you write in
We need
cap
to
or
follow the guidelines. That is the reason it is case sensitive only. But we need to
okay.
follow the guidelines. That is the reason. We'll discuss about the guidelines. Okay. Customer name. Now it should resolve the issue. We'll just go Fiori preview. Check data scope. Clear? Any questions? So I have written any code?
But can you explain me? I couldn't understand what you wrote. Can you please explain?
And
No,
I
I
have
have.
one more doubt.
Yeah, please tell me.
See, now we are uploading the file from Excel. If we want to fetch the data from the database tables, how will
Yes, you have to write the logic. Okay, you have to write the logic. Like for example, this framework is automatically converted into OData, right? OData is a framework which will provide you the creating, deleting, updating, and reading the data automatically by the framework itself. There's nothing you will write the code. Okay. So
means we have to operate OData CRUD operations. Then that we
data.
have to utilize that.
Yes, absolutely. You have to use. Okay. See, I have already exposed this one. So you will use the API. So you go to the Postman client. What you will do, for example, any third-party person, they will do Postman client, and you will do. In the same way, API is already there. You will using some event handlers concept in the Capm. You will insert the data. You will read the data. You will update the data. Everything using events concept in the Capm. That will be part of the
Hello.
training. Yeah, please. Let's not go too much depth in the. My intention is using Capm framework and build the application very fast. That is what which I want to show. And also
Hi,
using the please tell me.
I have a question here. So you will be only just showing the Fiori elements, or you will be also showing the UI5 consumption, because this OData service will be a V4 version, right?
Correct. Whether it is a V4
So
or V2, I can easily consume in the Fiori Elements app, right?
I'm not looking for the Fiori elements. I want to use the Capm build services to be consumed into the UI5 applications.
Okay, I got your question. See, this training is not for AUFI because I can't get a people of who has knowledge on SAP UFI also. So this training is specifically related to the CAP development, where you are going to use the Fiori Elements framework to build. Mine is to focus on Node.js and write the business logic, this training. So if you want again SAP UFI people, I need to get a call. I am focusing only on the CAP application, not on UFI.
The thing is, I am a UI5 developer, and
I
I'm
got your
looking
question.
to
Understood.
yeah.
Understood. We'll discuss that offline. Okay, this training
Okay, sure.
specifically to Capm.
Okay.
So now,
So you'll be showing the connection to the S4 systems as well, right?
yes, absolutely. I'm going to
Yeah.
consume
So
in a.
means you are going to
Go ahead.
show the Capm connection to the S4 or any of the SAP API Access Hub services, right?
Yes, I will connect
Okay.
to S4 HANA. Will connect to SQL database. Will connect to the HANA database. We'll consume a third-party API. We will implement the side-by-side extensions. Everything I'll be showing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So let's come back to the what are the topics which I'm covering in this training. Okay. Okay. So introduction to BTP. What is global accounts, sub accounts, tenants, what is service marketplace, instances, subscriptions, HTML applications, what is connectivity, security in BTP. Then what is multi-tenancy in BTP? What is security in BTP? Absolutely. We will implement XSUI, OAuth, SAMLs, everything. Then Capm. Before getting into the Capm, we will move first to the HTML. Okay, we'll go to the HTML5. Then afterwards, JavaScript in depth, data types, variable declarations, strings, events, nested while loops, forms, validations, asynchronous functions, promises, await, everything we'll be using in depth in JavaScript. Then we'll move to the Node.js, okay, where Node.js, NPMs, how to implement the user arguments, storing JSON, okay, different debugging techniques in Node.js, asynchronous Node.js, callbacks, call stacks, event loops, HTML, handling errors, callback functions in Node.js, callback abstractions in Node.js. Then afterwards, we'll move to the Capm. Core data services, what is Capm, design principles, golden pass, entities, views, associations, okay, domain handlings, best practices, common aspects, event handlings, crude operations, connecting to SQL and HANA DB using Capm, OData, how to consume, or how to consume a third-party API, or okay, how to use RESTful APIs, how to use build SAP Fiori UIs in Capm, then Fiori elements, UI annotations in Capm, filtering, crude operations, localizations, developing list report object page in Capms, how to implement access UI authorizations in Capm, how to deploy our application Capm in BTP, okay, how to implement authorizations, roles, how to consume third-party APIs, how to consume OData services from S4HANA on-premises system, how to implement actions, functions. Then we'll move to the how to implement transport management if you want to move our CAP application from one sub account to the another sub account. Okay, using cloud transport management, and we will integrate our BAS, our CAP application to the GitHub, and from the GitHub we'll integrate to the continuous integration delivery services to move from sub account to different sub account like dev to quality. Everything is part of the training. Okay, so every day the training will be 1.5 hours. On every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. Okay. Then second thing is, once the class is over, I'll be uploading the programs, study materials, PPTs related to what I covered on that day. Okay. Every Friday, I will be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. And then once the training is completed, I'll be providing interview question and answers, study materials, okay, and resume template. These are all the things I'll be providing. And also, whatever the training which I have completed, after 1 or 2 hours daily, I'll be uploading the recording video. Okay, the recording video will be there view access for 1 year. And apart from that, programs, PPTs, study materials, interview question answers, resume template you can download. Recording video will be there view access for 1 year. Every day after 1 or 2 hours, I'll upload the recording video. Is it clear? Any questions? Anyone have any questions?
What is the duration of the complete course? If
40
it is on the
hours.
daily basis?
40 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Any more questions? So I'm starting new batch from
So
August 11th
40
onwards.
hours, 40 hours in the sense you said you are covering 1.5 day per hour, right? Per day,
Yes,
1.5
yes,
hour, right? So
yes,
totally 40 hours.
yes. You're
What
right.
is the timing for this? The morning
I will.
hours or the evening hours?
I'll come to the timing part. Apart
Okay.
from that, anything questions?
For example, if you have only ABAP background, so
Mhm.
I can able to understand this
Yes,
all the
absolutely.
concept OData and HANA.
Yes, I am a ABAPer. I started my career with ABAP and I moved to Capm. Okay, so it is nothing
Uh,
related to that. If you are ABAP, it's not required to move to these technologies. No, that required. Now everything client is looking for full stack developers, BTP developer. So
uh,
What about
BTP.
freshers?
for,
Mhm.
oh, sorry, 1 minute, please. For example, now here we have JavaScript and all those things, right? So, for as
Yes.
a developer, we can able to understand that script coding and
Yes,
all those JavaScript.
absolutely. 100%. 100%. That is part of my training.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any more questions? The
What
reason
about
is I'm not
freshers?
going in Capm. That is, I'll come to your question, freshers. I'm not going directly to the Capm. I'm starting with HTML5, JavaScript, Node, then I'm coming to the Capm. Okay. Coming back to the freshers. Yes, freshers also they because there is nothing you need to learn and come to this one. Okay.
And
Any more?
I have a
Is it
question over here,
possible
like,
to have a call with you after this? A
Yeah.
one-on-one call?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Not an issue. Yeah. Any more questions?
yeah, yeah, I do have similar kind of thing, like, because I am completely from mobility background, and I developed a couple of the SAP based applications on Android with the SAP provided BTP SDK. Now I need to
Mm-hmm.
move completely into this SAP Capm, and
Okay.
I have a bit idea on how to create the sub accounts and few of the concepts, but not up to the
Mm-hmm.
level. But is there
Okay.
any possibility, like, because you say that on daily basis is going to take 40 hours, like,
Okay, understood,
is there
understood.
any
There
top?
is a one recording videos option is there. So those are facing
No,
the
no, no,
issue. Mm-hmm.
no. I'm saying that, like, see, in this session, like, there are a lot of people those who come from SAP and non-SAP and different backgrounds. But
Okay.
from my perspective, if I know
Mm-hmm.
something, a bit of the things on the CAPM,